Yeah, and of course this is the home map for Dignitas, so they did get to choose this. And I believe that it is a recurring thing that Fetish is unavailable on Wednesdays. So that is, I think, perhaps why this ended up to be Dust too. But we are... Okay, looks like we're not quite live just yet. We do have some team killing there. And oh yes, thank God, this is another thing that was fixed in the update.
Yes.
You no longer lose, minus $1 billion when you team kill someone and you're economically crippled forever.
That's true. Like, it was like, especially like, I've never really understood it why it was so such a massive deficit.
It makes
like,
no sense.
It happens. Like there's smoke grenades
Yeah.
and there's flashbangs. Like some people will be on 1 HP. Like unless you did it intentionally, you shouldn't be punished that much. So it's good to see that kind of thing not ruining rounds almost just from something.
You're already punished by doing it.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I mean,
you killed a member of your team. That should be punishment enough. But
yeah.
Here we go then.
Into the pistol round. So let's have a look at the setup here. We can see right now just a bit of spam. Shox is looking for that lucky long-range pick-off there, just sort of tag in the face. We do actually see a bit of aggression there going for short. You see Kiyoshima was pushing that. Dupree actually able to shut down MBK. The short pushing is actually something I really like to see.
Yeah, me
CT's
too.
getting an early
I think
grip.
it's very important for CTs to actually take dominance in that area. I think it's such a vital choke point on the map and kind of the gateway almost to the open. Oh God, I said that Kiyoshima. Huge shot onto AZ there. That's going to be absolutely devastating. And another big damage onto Dupree as well. He's having a fantastic round.
Yeah, that was... I can't believe they were only at, they only lost 2 players so far, one apiece for either team. And Kiyoshima, he's actually spotting here on short, and that's the operating word, that's spotting. Like he's going to leave a little pop flash there to go for the safe peak, and that's something that these teams are good at doing, making everything as safe as possible. And here they go, straight up over crossover onto the side. Smith does get one down to a 3-on-3 situation, but shocks from below. It's definitely very difficult to deal with, but they did still keep a hold of short. So they're able to do a nice little pinch movement here into the bomb site. Shock's going to just gun them down. It looked too easy. And where is Device? There he is, all the way over there. Can't find it though.
Huge flame and Shock. We've seen it from him so many times. Such calm and composed retake there. Like you just saw pinpoint accuracy there using the PT Fouls, and fantastic retake from him. We saw some early great work from Kiyoshima getting that big pick at the start of the round.
This was
you loved that, didn't you? You really got excited.
I love that.
Great twitch play from him. Like I think AZ just jumped and got his head absolutely ripped off with 1 bullet. So that's going to pin Mercenaries. I think again it's difficult to call these games and who's going to win just because anything could happen. Especially like a map. It's best of 1. It's Dust 2. You've got a complete new lineup we've never seen play before.
Yeah.
And it's great for them to kind of, like I say, they are the underdogs here, even though Fetish isn't available for Dignitas. You can see them getting the first pistol round here, and it'll be interesting to see how this pans out and whether they can get the 3-0 and get the ball really rolling for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, the buys you want are so expensive to do on the CT side. It always feels so awkward when you're not able to get that big buffer of money. So this could turn out really well for them momentum. We're actually seeing them take down MBK and slowly trying to move their way up here against the long range advantage of the rifles. But between the barrels, actually AZ is going to find that pick off. Pretty nuts. Smith though has something to say to Zipnix, and just AZ and Dupree left.
It's worth noting that the team did get down the bomb quickly, so they should have enough money here to either go something like PT50 head armor, or they will be going for the AKs. I think that will be the latter, to be honest. So you can see AKs will be coming out here, and the CTs, they should be pretty well prepared for this. Smiths did an eco last round, so he'll be able to get the AWP, and that's good. This is so important in this kind of situation. If you can get an AWP in the first pick and knock the T's out straight away pretty early on, then you're laughing already. So this is very smart.
We have a dark take, actually. Sorry to interrupt you there, but this is so cool to see. Teams don't do this very often. The dark take is so strong, and now what do? They're completely cut off. They got to go into the position. Mercenary are just gutting Dignitas right now, just before they can even do anything. They're already crushed. I think this is the kind of calling power that actually Happy brings to the equation, because he's very cognizant of when a team is off balance.
Such an important round as well, especially like when you know the T's traditionally kind of have that advantage when they get the bomb down and manage to go full AKs against Samuses and like half buys and stuff. Manage to see for the fact the CTs managed to push in there and get those early frags. It looked like the T's didn't even have any kind of info that they could have been in there. I think that they ran around not even checking really. That's going to knock them onto another eco here, and this is looking fantastic for Mercenary.
Just
Shox is just looking brutal. His aim is on top form right now, and he's showing why he is Fathom is one of the best players in Europe. Brilliant stuff from him so far.
Yeah, taking no prisoners.
10 frags after 4 rounds. Yeah, pretty good stuff from him as usual.
That is nice. And okay, so now this would be interesting to see what Mercenary do, because
Do it again. I think they'll keep doing the aggressive stuff until it stops working. See the boost coming up here. I don't think there's any reason to stop. They got the dominance. They're scaring Dignitas. They know they haven't got their strat caller here. Mistakes being made from Zipnix there. It's not what you want to see in this kind of level. But here we go. It's T's approaching this quite tentatively this round.
yeah, I really like to see something interesting here from Mercenary. Of course, they know the money situation for Dignitas. It's something they can very easily estimate, and that's something that happens to be factoring into these calls here. We see a more passive round here with a strong presence on the short from Mercenary, trying to lock that control down. And this is going so well for them right now, just discarding all these players from Dignitas. No short for you.
Yeah,
Danes.
it looks like they just haven't even got an idea of how they're going to stop this. It looks like the players on Mercs right now, they haven't even lost any HP really. Like, it's just absolutely getting decimated on the map, and Shock's getting yet another headshot, and he's looking so strong right now. Zipnix could be the last player alive. He was just kind of hanging out along while the other players worked to be short. Well, getting scored a shot, I should say. And that's going to be another whitewash in favour of Merc there.
It's actually, there is, I think that, I'm not sure, but I think that maybe, because the standard round, let's say I think this don't have a caller, but the standard round usually on this map is to like get the smoke down here, get like a smoke down there, so you can then take short, kind of like the Inferno thing. You have short, you have dark, you have longhouse, and you can set up for an A split, or if you hear that there's loads of them long, B split is really safe. But I feel like Mercenary, they're like, well, we know that they have to rely on the standard round. Maybe they're thinking, but they're mixing it up loads.
To be honest, when you've got players like this in your arsenal, especially when players like Shocks are on complete top form, you don't really need to be doing anything too special. You just play your game as a kind of different CF, mix it up almost every round, and kind of laughing. It seems like there's no love lost whatsoever here. Everyone's facing, everyone wants to frag, and that's going to be the 6th round in a row for Mercs. And
look at that money.
That is strong.
That is pretty nice.
That's it's pretty good right now. And Device is going to be picking up the orb now. So a change of pace now for Dignitas. I think they'll be looking to perhaps kind of, I think they need to go a little bit faster. These kind of set standards, as you say, aren't really working for me. They're kind of setting themselves up to try and see what picks they can get, but it's just not happening. I think they need to resort to either doing something much faster or kind of utilising the tactics more.
Smith's going in there with a bit of an aggressive push. He knows. He surely knows. And he gets it! Smith's going to take AZ down. And there is no upper dark control. Smith has this angle now. This is hard to push into. Of course, they're going to go for it. He pulls up the grenade at the worst moment possible, but it's okay. Because even if they didn't get the position, they got the kill, and this forces Dignitas into a more committed position where they have to just make the call and go for it.
Yeah, just looking on the map now, and it seems like Dignitas don't really know what their objective is here. Normally when you watch an overview like this, you can see the team moving together like almost like a snake, trying to make themselves safe. You can see Dupre trying to get some information middle, but it does not, I don't think he really knows what he's doing with it. I think they're possibly setting up for a B split here. They've got no one in tunnels. It's going to have to be some sort of fake going in, and they're going to make their way up.
They're going to go, we should play the Jaws music right now, because they're going to go into the Jaws as Shocks as AK. He's been pretty on form so far. He's looking to add to that grand total of 15 kills that he's already racked up in the first 7 rounds. So once the fire goes away, it is Shocksy time. Here we go.
They've got 30 seconds left. This is going to be their last minute. They have to commit to this. Oh my god. Get away from there, guys. It's not worth it.
Shock's going to be able to pick off one. Getting some pressure from both sides, and he will go down, but it was a good effort. And it looks like there is enough time for Dignitas to get the plant in now. So Shocks taken down quickly, efficiently, absolutely what they needed to do. They had, I think it was Zipnix on the flank there to make that happen. So well played to Dignitas. But it's not over yet. Mercenary are coming in right now for this retake. We have Smiths and Happy left over. But this doesn't look like they're going to... Are they going to go for this? I mean, they have so much money, they might as well try to hit
I think it's down to this frag. If Smith can find a frag, it'll be worth it. Then there you go. Yeah, we're happy. Like you said, he's got so many the guns off a weakened Dignitas. That works in their favour. So there we go. The first round finally coming in for Dignitas. There are on the, I say favoured in quotation marks. I think a lot of teams, especially French teams, seem to be favouring the CT half recently. The Dignitas really do want to start picking up the pace now and getting some rounds on the board and getting this momentum built up. You can see, looks like they might be utilising this long spawn here. MSL will be the one leading the charge. This opening pick is very important.
Self-house man in. Let's see if he's going to be good for it. Looks like he's going to have some problems there. And Shocks and MBK going to be able to hold it down so far. They still have this line behind the smoke. When that smoke goes away, though, Shox is really exposed. He's going to re-smoke the angle as Dignitas desperately try to claw their way into some kind of control on long. Shox going to go in, force to the reaction shot, not going to find it. But this setup actually on A is looking quite good for Mercenary. They actually have a player by Car, which is, they might not be expecting that. Oh!
I think that player from Car was perhaps to protect Smiths and just missed the shot there, unfortunately. And that's going to be big play from Dignitas there. And Happy's going to be the last man remaining. Don't really think he's going to do much here. There's a good grenade from him, but I think it's probably a good idea just to save the gun, as it were. And that was quite interesting. I think Shox perhaps got a little bit too big for his boots there. I think he perhaps, when he was in that situation, like he knew the T's were there. He was in like a 1-on-3 situation along. I know he did re-smoke, but when he lost the information, the intel there, I think for me he should have just fallen back to his teammates and kind of held the strong arms on the A bomb site there. I think he was just a bit too frag happy and kind of trying to make some big plays happen that just didn't come to fruition, unfortunately. But yeah, it's still looking very nice for Mercenaries, regardless.
They're so far away from Dignitas are so far away from forcing ecos here, and even losing 2 players that round, we can see the effect it's going to have.
Yeah.
Because Dipnix, okay, he's going to get like 8k or something, but he's going to be the only one who's got really any money, and the rest of his team are going to be pretty poorly off. So they're still in the threshold where like, if Mercenary are able to pick off like 2 rounds. Ouch, I don't even want to think about that for the sake of Dignitas. That would be painful to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a very important round indeed. I think this would be pretty devastating for Dignitas if they don't win this one. They definitely just want to build up more momentum in this. 2 in a row is not going to stop it. You can see we've got actually Smith getting slightly more aggressive here with the AWP on long. Interesting change of tactics here. I think they'll still have Shox joining. Oh, it's MBK actually. So they have got a little bit of a change of setup here. You can see the T's kind of going for this more slower paced approach we've seen so much from them so far this game.
I like that they were falling back a bit, maybe worried about that mid-B split, because they don't have any presence on short at the moment.
Sure.
And they haven't, I don't think they've seen a strong B play just yet, so it looks like Mercenary, after some time has passed, kind of reverting to a standard setup. But they are going for this B split now, and in Dignitas go. Great setup for it, and caught with a grenade in his hand. Happy goes down, and that's all the players for the B bomb site taken out. And Mercenary, they've got to either go for the retake or save the weapons. They still have some bank to deal with, but Smith.
5-on-1, I don't think he'll be doing much with that. But saving the orb would be very nice here indeed. I think he's in a pretty precarious position. He knows that the T's are after his blood. And here they go, the next shot him. He could perhaps pick up a couple of kills here. It'd be important if he does, just to keep chipping away at the economy of Dignitas. But there we go, he's got about 30 seconds to try and survive it.
Terrorists win.
And Device will pick up the kill, so Dignitas are getting closer and closer to forcing this eco. They are not quite there yet, but they're getting closer and closer. It's not as bad. I mean, the thing is that I think we're at 6 rounds where Mercenary they won so many rounds flawlessly that they had insane amounts of bank. That doesn't happen a lot. That
Sure.
Oh, great aggressive
Lovely
push
play
there.
there.
So now we're just kind of waiting for that reaction from Dignitas here. They are just, after losing Device, just spreading out. Looking perhaps to, I mean, they have 2 players over at Dark, one in the longhouse, the bomb's coming up. Their options are really open, but it feels like probably the B split is the safest thing for them. And let's just forget anything now because now they're down to 3
There's all
guys.
the options down the toilet. I think Dupre is going to be by himself here. This is the beginning of the B split, but unless he can find a frag here, it's not really going to be viable for me. They're going to have the first movement here up the beach, but they managed to get out of the spot quite comfortably. And Dupe does manage to pick up a kill here. This next frag is going to be huge, and that's actually going to reset now into a 3-on-3 situation. This could be a complete turnaround for Dignitas. They kind of execute that almost perfectly there.
That was so quick, so well played, so efficient. But in come Mercenary. They're readying up for this retake. Shox just peeking in to see if he can find any positions there. Great positioning from Dupree, catching MBK, flanking. NBK from Dark, so important now. Mercenary, they have nothing left.
Wow.
And Shox as he falls, that's going to be 4 rounds for Dignitas now.
Round out of nowhere, and now we can see the economy looking a little bit weaker for Mercs as well. They will still go up for a buy. I think they have actually dropped an ult for Smiths there, so they still have got a full buy on the cards. So you can see Shox hasn't got head armor, as you mentioned before. It's not really a big deal. It's the same for MBK. They will still get a full buy. Smiths again getting that opening frag of the AWP, and he's not done yet. He knows there's more players in their middle, and you see Dignitas is working that long area. He's doing so strongly so far this game.
Yeah, it's quite awesome to see that Smith has the confidence to go for the same exact pick twice. So get this time too. Good stuff coming in there. I like that Kiyoshima's rocking the Deagle at the moment. And we're seeing that push the map control right now here from Dignitas.
It's quite nice to see them getting 4 rounds in a row, like after going 6-0 and just finding their footing and kind of reacting to how Mercs are playing. They seem to be like having a lot more aggressive play now. Even though they've lost the first player, they did last round as well, and they still came back for it. I don't think this round is over just yet.
Now, I think the worry for Mercenary is going to be, to suffer the fate of a B split again, because those can, with the right nades, they can be, even as we saw, very effective with very few players.
Yep.
And later into the round. And in comes the B split. Probably, it looks like the B split setup is there again. So Mercenary, can they deal with it this time? They got more players to play with. Oh, that is nice there onto the cell. That's going to help shut this attack down. MBK very timely push down from the drop there. Mercenary dismantling this push. AZ trying to push through by himself here, but I don't know what he's going to be able to get done. There you go, Mercenary going to pick it up.
I think that's Dignitas perhaps showing their lack of the in-game caller, or his absence, as it were, just because they did the B-split last round and had such great success, and then they tried to execute the same strat then. I think it was a little bit too obvious. I think Kiyoshima was very vital there.
Do you think they didn't focus on short enough? Because MBK was really fast
yeah,
behind
the
them.
fact he managed to get behind them without any sort of noticing, everyone was so focused on middle was unbelievable. You see that another phase from Smith there. He really doesn't care. The team should have the advantage of that situation, but it's Dupre making his way into the pit. That's a huge pick there, and Gio and MBK go down. All of a sudden, it looks like Dignitas are in absolute monster form right now, and they seem to be dominating the whole map.
Yeah, Dupree, man. Looked like he was playing some CS deathmatch, working on crucial CS there. And Smith's gonna go down. That's so sad to be in that position. It's like you're the AWPer, and I think everyone's experienced it. You're the AWPer, everyone dies, and you're like,
guys, what do I do now? But
what do I do?
Here we go. This might be the actual. Is this the eco we've been waiting for? No, it's not. They're gonna keep the guns rolling as and we see them. We go into the 13th round here. It's been such a fast half. It feels like.
Oh yeah.
Flown past. It seems like the round is back and forward, and see Smith
from the back this time.
He does.
Switching it up.
Unbelievable. Great half to watch him. See MBK getting the swag 7 out there, taking down himself. And there we go. That long take again is so dominant right now, but they actually are going to be in the deficit. Merc should be able to take this round.
It's nice that they went for the long take there, because obviously Mercenary wanted to push, get that dark take in, so it kind of left long vulnerable, but at the same time their players towards the B side are just annihilated. Now they're alone, and they're going to make the jump for... Oh, great little flick there from Smith. Not always the easiest shots to hit in the world first round.
That's going to be a big round for Mercs. I think that's going to be quite important, definitely in terms of the economy. You can see they're actually managed. You can see the Mercs' money isn't great. They really did need to win that round. It would have been another eco on the cards for them. We can see Dignitas just kind of contemplating what they want to buy here. Be interested to see, have they actually got an AWP in hand right now? Yes, they have. The Vice has pulled out the AWP, and he has actually been losing almost every round against Smiths, it feels like, especially in those mid picks. So he hasn't actually been able to do too much important work yet, as of yet, with the AWP. But we can see the CT's actually opting to go for this aggressive tactic. It has worked for them very well so far. So it'll be interesting to see what picks they can get. AT just seems to be oblivious to that as well.
Oh my god, and they're coming in from behind here. Look at this Happy. What a position there. And a lot of damage done. Goes in for that frag. There's just one more player lurking. And it's just too easy once they get the dark. They just know everything. Yeah,
this is what I think Merc should have kept doing this the whole game. Just kept pushing and knocking the Dignitas off their confidence, as it were. And now that's where they've had so many great rounds. I think they lost their momentum as soon as they stopped doing that. I'm sure they went back onto that defensive mentality. That's when they stopped. The rounds just started leaving them. But now they've gone back to, I think that's what they needed to do almost every round, in my opinion. But here we go. Looks like this will be round 14 going in favor of Team Mercenaries.
I definitely like it from Happy to make those calls, but let's see, with the 40 seconds remaining, whether or not Device is able to make something happen here. Of course, the bomb is in a pretty difficult position, and for all Device knows, that is very heavily guarded. He can be attacked from so many positions, and with an AWP, you're not really exactly well equipped to deal with that. So he's just looking out for his own skin here, and to move into that next round with the AWP. Mercenary, their money is pretty low, like you highlighted, so they don't want to go for the hunt. They're going to leave him with that AWP. So very awkward position from both sides here, but should end up with nobody dying.
Yeah, I think he's quite... The TTs probably know where the bomb is now, so they know he's just hiding on the map somewhere. They can kind of make the call that he's not actually going for this, and you can see him kind of looking around, but he's in a very safe position there. We'll be able to save that orb quite comfortably, and that's going to be quite important, I think. You can see the money isn't great in their camp right now. We can see them. That's going to help a lot in them getting guns on the board for this last round of the half. It's currently 9-5 in favour of Mercs. Dignitas definitely need to get this round. Like, they are playing T half here, and I think they're going to struggle a lot more than Mercs have on this CT half. And it looks like, to me, Mercs might have this game tied up already.
Yeah, and Smith, you know, he's been able to buy an orb every single time he wants to. I mean, if he's in a position where, or rather, if Dignitas are in a position where at least they know that the money's not good enough for the CT, so they won't be facing an orb on mid. That changes it entirely. But look at Smith. It's like shooting fish in the barrel there for Smith, getting another one on the board, and they are just challenging and challenging and challenging. And in comes Kiyoshima with the support there for Smith as they try to take him out. It's not really going to go their way as Mercenary hold very strong, and Device is the last man standing here for the Danish lineup from Dignitas, and he's going to make his way. Oh well, there's not really much for him to really make his way to at the moment.
I don't know what he's planning on doing here. I think he's probably all she wrote the best round, and there it is, 10-5 in favour of Mercs, and what a half that was. I think it looked like at one point that Dignitas were going to come back and almost win the half, but it looked at Mercs just too strong. It was too little too late, I think, from Dig. They kind of found their footing halfway through the half, but it was just too late. Mercs were too strong and managed to get 6 rounds in a row, and that's left Dignitas in the dust now. And I think unless Dig managed to get this pistol, as we know, it's very difficult to do on the CT side. They're going to struggle this half very much.
Right, so we get to see the pistol round coming into play now, and so far we're seeing what looks like a very A-based kind of movement here from Mercenary, just checking things out, making the person on lock. Dignitas do have the players to deal with this though, and no one has died just yet. They are holding the line, and holding this position is important. The frags are coming in now. Dignitas make the kills happen. They delayed for long enough to get back up, and that's all it's about here for the CT side. But we might just get this new plant. Oh no, the bomb is actually down on long, so the A split there, the short players left alone to their own devices, if you will, as AZ.
As Device picks up a former. Yeah. Pretty big stuff from him. That was absolutely very calm play from him. Saw his teammate getting a headshot and actually just no fear, faced the call and managed to pick up 3 pretty huge frags, and actually very, very important frags in the grand scheme of things, considering looking at the scoreline, they needed that pistol to come to fruition for them, and that was fantastic stuff from them. And it's going to knock down the Mercs into a full eco. We can actually, I say full eco, they've actually got head armor, as it were. They are all in. They want to win this round. They want to
do the double eco because they didn't get the bomb down, and it's scary. It's scary. Actually, Fnatic started the trend. I'm going to say Fnatic started it, but people started to just go a lot with just buying having pistols 2 times in a row rather than having the pistol armor, then an eco. And so it looks like a Mercenary actually going back to the pistol armor here. They feel like it's good on Dust 2.
For me, Dust 2 is not so viable when it's such a long range map as well. Like the CTs can just hold deep positions, especially in places like long. You're not really going to do much with PT50 long range. As long as the CTs play correctly, I don't think it may make that much impact in my opinion. But you can see the Dignitas have to get the first couple of frags, make that 3, and it's just going to be pretty much a whitewash there. I would say that MVK does manage to take out Device, and it's going to be Kiyoshima as the last man standing.
So 2 frags already. Emerson going to come in from the back. Should be an easy takeoff there. It will be. From one perspective, I do like it because it's almost them saying we just want to get like a few frags. We don't really care about winning the round, but like maybe putting Dignitas in this position where they can't afford orbs, that's going to be the main priority. Just constant economic pressure to stop the high buys.
Squeeze them a little bit and see if we can get them to force buy. Like we see, we can see a couple of Famouses coming up here for players who died. But Mercs are going to be on another eco, obviously with no armor this round. Then it's going to be, I think it's be more of the same. I think the main objective is get the bomb down. They want to get that money nice and rich for next round. We can see them all just kind of grouping up here. Smoke is going to lock them down. I think they're just going to have to go for it.
Are they going to go for the new plan?
Oh,
I think because they have a smoke. MBK can smoke it, and there it is.
Yeah. You're right. Very good point.
Here we go. This is cool to see. I know that we've seen it in like other conditions of the game, but Device gets free range here. Just tap.
It was a nice idea, guys, but it's not going to happen today. Like, we want to see that plan happen just to see how it kind of pans out. I don't think we saw it last half. The bomb didn't really go down that much. It was just a complete frag fest, it felt like. But there we go. That's going to be the third round in a row in favour of Dignitas, and that's exactly what they needed. They needed to make sure they actually got that 3-0 in their favour, and this is going to be a very important round. We can see Mercs here kind of going for... They actually can't be able to afford the AWP here, and they'll be opting for the 5 AK setup, and we see Dupre picking up the AWP for Dignitas. It'll be interesting to see how he uses it. Will the Dignitas take that same sort of dynamic approach where they're kind of pushing all parts of the map every round and kind of keeping the T's guessing, or will they have to fall back to a more traditional Dignitas defensive setup?
Yeah, we do have the bomb towards Stockade. This looks like a B split again here from them. They got the smokes going. They didn't really push up short very much, which last round we kind of criticized Dignitas a little bit for. But Mercenary can go into this B split here. Good smokes coming in. Very, very smooth entrance towards this B bomb site so far. But in comes AZ straight out the double doors with a vengeance. And that is so key to shut them down before the guys from Dark actually make their way in. And look at that. They just...
Perfect.
Absolutely beautiful.
Like, they just read that perfectly. Although they haven't got anyone like playing middle, kind of challenging them, I think that almost works perfectly against us. Like, one person against 4 holding middle, like, it's very difficult to even pick up a couple of frags. So the fact they had just... They saw the smokes going down, they just reacted perfectly, flashed over the top, managed to actually face from door and window simultaneously and pick up the first couple of frags and just pull apart the T's. That was fantastic play there from Dignitas, and it's a very, very important round in the grand scheme of things.
And they are just going for the suicide round 3. Like, look at that, smoke, fire. It's all just the works right now for Mercenary. Oh! Hello. Gonna get a kill in there, couple of kills in there. But Shock's gonna get himself another kill. This is getting out of hand now. The bomb actually picked up, and it's on Shocks right now. There he is. He's actually got loads of time as well. He's got no armor. So, of course, you know, that's going to play against him. But they did kill 3 players. Looks like the call for the safe.
Yeah, it's a cheeky
and,
little
Device
knife
got
there.
a knife?
Yeah.
Right.
I thought you were just too cool to even mention it. You didn't
No,
even
no,
care,
no.
right? You just didn't notice. Oh, okay.
Didn't notice that passing by.
Yeah, so that's going to be pretty good for their economy. We know how much money that gets you. So I think Shocks, this looks like it is viable for him. We know how good Shocks is, but with no bomb in hand, I think he's going to struggle to get this. It looks like this is the best bet for him, kind of dropping down CD spawn. He knows players are going to be watching this area. He just needs an opportunity to. Players like Shocks just need a pixel of a head and he'll take it. Like Zipnik's giving away his position perhaps, but he kind of knows who he's up against. He takes a little bit of damage through the door there now. But the CTs are smart here. All they need to do is just don't let him plant. That's all you need to do. You can get the bomb, but don't let him plant. There we go. Zipnik's great play from him. Shocks will go down, and that's going to draw things out at 10-10. And all of a sudden, it looks like Dignitas can do this. I thought I kind of wrote them off in the first half. Now it kind of seems like they actually might have a shout.
It's looking much better for them, that's for sure. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out now as everything kind of evens up. We saw such a crushing first half there from aggressive plays, cutting down Dignitas before they could really get going on their T half. But right now, things are going to slow down. They're standing around. There goes the pick from Shocks onto mid as they try to get that control across the map. A lot of Mercenary players centered around mid at the moment, and Dignitas, they look pretty scared of short. They have nobody on short. They really don't know what's up at the moment.
Well, I think they've gone for more. Let's smoke it off and make sure no one can come up it. Like you can have people facing there and kind of trying to oppose it at the start of the round. But if you can just lock it off, we saw Mercs do it last half as well. We have like players like Shocks, your best fragger on the A site. Like, it's definitely viable. And I think like it's kind of looks like it's working as well. It looks like the time is ticking away for Mercs, and they're going to have to do something pretty soon if they're going to have a chance of getting into the site. We can see the bomb is kind of working around this catwalk area, kind of seeing what opportunities they can have. We can see they haven't. Well, Smiths has got the AWP in hand, but he's just not been given any opportunities yet to make it work for him.
So that they know that Dignitas have to be playing like a 2-2, otherwise they're playing a gamble. So if they assume that, then B split, A split, both plays are completely viable. And you can really see the amount of time they're taking to trying to like gain some information to maybe give them an edge to like make that call, and just to be a little bit more sure what's going on. But actually, Dignitas might be in some really scary positions here. But boom! Smiths takes down the pre. That's too easy. Zipnik's needs to get some kills here to make this actually possible for Dignitas on the retake. Good opening up there. Oh, Zipnik's gets the second. The bomb is dropped. And AZ himself quick through short hit. Zipnik's has done his job, and it's now a 2-on-2. And you can actually see here the 1-on-1 coming into play. Smiths now
has to find the frag. There's no time to plant that bomb, son. He's going to have to find it, and he's not going to be able to do it. Cover play from AZ, and that's a big round. I think the most important player there was Zipnik. So managing to pick up, those are the biggest frags in the round. 2 frags, they made their way onto the bomb site. Fantastic stuff from him. Left Smiths in a horrible situation, open hand, and 7 seconds on the clock. It was never going to happen. So another huge round for Dignitas here. We can see the economy is pretty strong still for Mercs. They managed to get a full buy here. They managed to take the off as well. Bomb is going to be on Smith, so we can see the CTs here going for another kind of not aggressive setup, but they have got 3 players at the start of the round, just trying to feel out the map and see what's going on. And it looks like Merc will be slowing the pace down a little bit.
Yeah, it's certainly looking a little standard hit. We have those smokes on mid. We got, I think, a peak here, or at least we can see this movement up cat a little bit there. So they have the map control. This is what we were talking about before. They have Happy kind of solo along to stop any pushes and to listen to see what's going on. Shox also can hear from this position if there's much movement along short as well, long, and that can mean that the players are really far away from B. So that can like kind of indicate, oh, you know, maybe we can go for a B play because the rotation's going to come much slower. There's like all these little bits and little tidbits of information they're looking for in this play, or maybe Dignitas will even give something away.
Go. It's all about to unfold before our eyes as they make their way up onto the bomb site now. Kiyoshima opening up the fragging. That's going to be a very important frag as that's devices the point man on the A side. It's going to be left now to get the next frag, and it's just not going to happen. It looks like this round is all tied up in favour of Mercs. Will they be utilising the new plants? No, they'll just keep it traditional. Come on, guys, give us something to others. The crowd pleasers.
Oh.
There we go. AZ and deep play probably get a save here. You see them kind of hidden in that B bomb side, and I think that's. It's going to take the wind out of Dignitas' sails. They seem like they have had a very strong half so far, but this is going to slow them down a little bit. Great round from Mercs, managing to keep all 5 players alive now. I think they needed that. It looks like they were getting to a situation where the money wasn't going to be great for them. So this has been quite good stuff from them this round.
Yeah, and it felt like Dignitas also didn't have a very strong grasp on exactly what was happening. They were looking for information. They didn't have the best positions to deal with that. And they did have a guy in mid, and he kind of heard some stuff on short, but then I think it was Zipnik, and then he's kind of like, but I need to go up, and then Kiyoshima made a really fantastic entry kill onto the site, and then they had nothing on A, so
I think this is the point now. Dignitas, this is where they throw their aggressive strat into the mix. Just as Mercs are getting a little bit comfy, perhaps kind of worked out what you're doing, this is where you want to say, okay guys, we push up a B tunnels, or we kind of get into lower B, and kind of just something to knock the T's off their comfort zones almost. You can see that the CTs aren't going to opt to do something like that, but I would like them to see them kind of be a bit more dynamic and kind of mix their play up a little bit, just to kind of show they have got something in their arsenal to do the same thing almost everywhere.
Yeah, it's exactly as Mercenary did on the first half. Get those aggressive plays, and maybe upper dark, maybe lower dark, short.
Wow, that is a huge grenade.
That is such a good read there. That's actually a bit of a metagame thing as well, because those smokes are so common. Yeah. People are stacking a lot. That's actually quite smart to spray there.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty well read there by Mercenary. Well played to them, those sneaky Frenchies.
Absolutely. You just saw the nade absolutely land in between them, one on the foot and one on the head.
Yeah.
That was really devastating. I think they didn't see that coming at all. And although it is a 4-on-4 situation now, I think that plays in favour for the T's. Just the fact that, the CTs have to be thinly spread out across the map, and the T's can kind of just cluster up and go onto the bomb sites together. We can see though, MSL has actually pushed out long, and if he can time this well, he will actually be able to just cause some absolute damage here. He has been spotted, and unless he can find a frag, it's going to be completely in vain, as actually works in Mercenary's advantage now.
That was so smart though. Actually, I feel like let's see how the round goes. There's a point I want to make, but they're pushing in onto the bomb site right now. There's such a sick position. Zipnik needs to do something incredible. He managed only to take down 1 kill. This leaves Device alone right now. Look at this position. It's a position where he can accomplish something if he gets a quick opening frag to make it a 1-on-2, but of course it is incredibly hard for him. He's going to slowly make his way up though. And look at that beautiful play there, just the spot. Not greedy, searching for frags, just perfect. But now might be the time where I can. So in that situation, they had 4 players, and if you're the terrorist side and you know that there's no one in mid because they saw that there was no one in mid. I mean, it's so much more attractive to go A in those situations because they have to be split kind of like here and here and here and here. So if they have a guy long like they did over there, like this was their setup, once you take one of these, they're so spread out. They're so spread out. If you go in here, you're looking into running into a team play setup.
Absolutely.
But I mean, this is what they're doing. They're looking for any bit of information to run with it, and that's another reason why in-game leaders is so important, because they've got to make the snap call. They've got to make that decision instantly.
Well, we see Mercenaries actually edging to the lead now, and it's actually going to force Dignitas onto, I'm going to say, Eco here. They might have got an AK in hand on the head armor device to save the gun, but this is a huge round. This could be one of the closing ones we see, because the Mercenary looks like they might be slightly pulling away after this round.
And it looks like Mercenary actually kind of just pushing through middle there, just through the double doors, just willy-nilly, don't care about any smokes or anything like that. And they are just creeping. This looks like a scary setup here from Mercenary. Look how far up they are. Do Dignitas even have any idea where they are? They are completely clueless. Mercenary just butchering Dignitas on B. And Device just left alone. Look how fast they all went down. MSL is just left alone here. That was gorgeous.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Although for me, like, it was a... When you know you're going up against an eco, it's always best to stay together. But I think they kind of kept to the buddy system. They had 2 people going out there, making sure it would have been frag for frag. Once they got that intel that no one was middle, it was kind of game on, really. They just had to just quietly walk up to B, completely pinch it down. It's just complete destruction.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, really, really good. Really nice controlled players. Good to see from them.
It definitely is pretty risky if they... I don't know. But anyway, we have the hold up 4. We do have the play coming in on long now. So... some long control is being contested here for Mercenary. They want to remove Dignitas' presence from there. Just get their feet set up there, rooted in the long position, but Dignitas are actually defending this very well. And this is going to really eliminate those strong A options here for Mercenary. You can see they're left with 2 players at the moment. Looks like they are going to be making the frags happen. And before you know it, Happy MBK just taking the kills.
Wrecked. That was great stuff from now on the site, and that's going to be another very important round. Let's look at the CT's money right now. They're looking at match point in the face, and they've got $2,000, $3,000. They're going for it. They're going for the win, guys. They've gone for Famaces, no head armor, and a Deagle. So this could be the end of the game right here if they don't manage to take this round. They need to do something a little bit different, I think. This is when they wanted to kind of get the first frag and lock down one of the T's by himself. Maybe in B tunnels would have been good, but I think playing a defensive setup when you have 4 Famaces is going to be... it's only going to go one way, in my opinion.
I kind of like this as well, because with Smith in this new lineup, we're seeing him more proactive with the AWP, and it feels like he's coming into his own a lot more, and I like that a lot. It feels like this lineup, it has the firepower that Forum was saying that LDLC maybe didn't have. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, there we go. This is potentially their first official win. Just looking at them right now, although it's against a weakened Dignitas without their it's still going to be a huge scalp to take on their first debut official. But here we go then. Dupre going to be the man left and B bomb side, taking on the monsters Mercenary. And as they make their way into the B side, no resistance is going to be there. There goes Zibnik, and the door goes down, and that's going to be the round. Tied up, I think. It's very difficult to retake this with no grenades and no guns.
It is definitely a bit too tall of an order there for the Danish players from Dignitas. It is, I mean, like you said, the money, man, it's not looking so good.
No, it's really
Device might try to find himself even an upgrade on the weapon, but Dignitas, it looks all but hopeless at this point. They're going to have to pull something quite incredible out of the hat. Can't just be a rabbit. It's going to be like 20 rabbits.
A rabbit would be no good in this situation. I think
100
a scout, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we need here.
10 scouts.
A little bit of a scout action.
Dual wielding scouts, that's what I want to see. Alright, let's see if they're able to make something happen here. Last ditch attempt there, and oh, Kiyoshima, they were just buying up. Well, I see just Kiyoshima buying an AWP there because he can, and easy early pickoff. That's going to hurt. And Dignitas, 3 men to the 5 of Mercenary. Definitely looking very poor at this point. How do you even defend from this position? It's so difficult. Mercenary have so much time to just play around with you, and it looks like Dignitas will force for some aggressive moves, and they just don't have the setups, the flashes, the grenades, the team play setups possible because they're all alone.
There we go. Dignitas got a very tall order here, Famos in hand, and I think that is going to be all she wrote for this game. That's going to be Mercenary 16, Dignitas 11, and a great promising start from Mercenary.